Howdy everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today's video I'm going to be picking up where I left off with the last video regarding the front bumper repair for my C5 Corvette. That was by far the most damaged body panel on the car. So in the last video I shared with you what materials I was using to repair this bumper, including the backside structural repair, the top side or front side cosmetic repair, and things like that. In the last video I left off with kind of the initial sanding that I did and where it showed the low spots and everything, because it's not completely done yet. So basically where I'm going to pick up today is continuing on the top side repair, getting some of the low spots, the high spots filled in, and getting this bumper that much closer to paint. Okay, so a quick rundown on the front bumper here. So obviously this is the front cosmetic side, the side that is most important, that looks good. So on this area where I left off in the last video was I hit this with a quick spritz of black spray paint and then hit it with a sanding block to try and identify some of the low spots on the area where I was repairing. So we've got some of the spots identified. You can see there's a little low spot here, a little bit here. The major one is right here, and then we have some actually large like pits that I need to fill in because just the way the epoxy laid down, it didn't get into those spots really well. And then we got some, other smaller repairs along the bottom here on this side, but it's definitely coming along. I'm really happy with how this material's been going down, how it sands, things like that. So quickly, fill you guys in on the back side. So I finished sanding the backside repair the other day, and then I went ahead and masked off some of the areas here where the fog lights and they're not really grills, but kind of the grills and the brake ducts go. And then I hit this with a coat of that truck bed coating just to kind of give it a nice even black coat to make it kind of look refreshed and renewed. If you guys can remember, the top side or backside repair was right here. I know with the lighting it's kind of hard to see, but it turned out really well. The only areas that still look a little rough are right around here, but it was really hard to sand those just because of the proximity of where they were with everything else around them. But no one's ever going to see that once it's on the car. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, and especially with how the paint laid down. But enough of that. That's kind of where we're at right now, where we're going to be picking up. So I'm going to go ahead and start sanding this a little bit, rough up the surface, and then do a little alcohol prep, clean it, and then we're going to go ahead and get the epoxy prepped up in the gun so we can start spreading it and getting it laid down to finish up this topside repair. Alright, so now that I got it cleaned with the alcohol prep just to get all the particulates away from the repair areas, gotta go ahead and hit it with this polyolefin adhesion promoter 05907. So this is recommended for the topside repair material that I'm using for this bumper. Again, as I said last time, either wear a respirator or use this in a well-ventilated area. So I have the garage open because it stinks pretty bad, and I'm sure it's not good for you to breathe. Alright, so now the instructions are to let that flash for 10 minutes, and then we're cleared to start laying down the repair material. So it's been 10 minutes since we applied the adhesion promoter, so let's go ahead and get to it. Pop the cap off, put the mixing nozzle on, slide the cap back over, and then of course always recommended to extrude a little bit of material out first to make sure you're getting adequately mixed product. Alright, so I'm going to start in the areas with the major low spots, get those filled up first. And again, as I said in the past video, the most challenging part to applying this product over a relatively large area is getting just the material out of the gun. You can see I'm applying a decent amount of pressure and it's not coming out incredibly fast. So we're going to start there. Put some in this hole as well. A little bit here. Alright, I'm going to start that, pull the pressure off the gun so it stops extruding. Set this down. Got our body panel spatula here, and then we're going for thin coats. Not an incredibly long working time on this stuff, so got to keep moving somewhat quickly here. This was another low spot here. Now again, I'm no body repair expert here, but from the videos and things that I have watched, I've watched that people say to spread in the same direction that you sand to try and get the material to lay down in the contours, or like with the contour of the bumper. Now 3M, if you're watching this video, I do wish this product, I don't know if I'm using it for the too large of an application area, but I do wish this product laid down a little bit nicer. It kind of grabs onto itself when you try and spread multiple times. So it definitely makes it hard when you're trying to avoid creating more high and low spots. Alright, so I'm going to clean off my spatula a little bit, just to try and get some of this semi-set material off. In case that helps. Let's go ahead and keep applying. Okay everyone, so you can see here I got the second coat all spread out and cured up on the bumper. I actually had a lot better success just after I had turned the camera off last clip when I was spreading this, and I just used more pressure with the body panel or body repair material spatula and just pressed harder as I spread it, and it spread a lot nicer and didn't roll up on itself. So it definitely works better when you spread and apply more pressure with your spatula. So pretty happy with that. Definitely not gonna have to go back and touch up a few spots here. I think overall there's still a general low spot right here where the main damage was, and you know, again, it was a bumper that was pretty far damaged, so this thing is not going to be perfect. I mean, I'm not striving for perfection, but I'm probably going to try and go back in and fill. There's also like a low spot right here from where the material sank down into one of those pits that was there before, and also right here I can see as well. So going to definitely fill those spots in and then do some spot repairs down here as well. That's going to be my next plan of attack for repairing the bumper, and we're definitely making progress here, slowly but surely. Okay, so I actually decided to sand down the coat that I just had put on. It was ready to sand, and I figured that'd be more strategic and smart than just globbing on more material in areas that I might not need it in. So I sanded it down with the DA sander, as you guys saw, and then I just hit it with a quick spritz of black spray paint, again as a guide coat. I'm letting it dry completely now, so hopefully it sands better when I sand it with a block to see my low spots. And then I'll try and fill in those low spots as best I can, and then also do the little touch-up work down on the lower areas here. You know, I can still feel it with my hand a little bit. There is a little bit of a low spot here. It's probably not going to be perfect, but it definitely is a heck of a lot better than it was before. So I'll keep doing that, and we'll just keep making progress. You know, I'd say this stuff sands really nice. Just the hardest part of using it is getting a large amount of material out of the gun in a short period of time.